And yes, Lenas, that is exactly what you think it is. That is load shedding. And we've all been here as South African citizens. I once went to school without an ironed shirt because of load shedding. I once did not do my homework because of load shedding. So today I'm going to teach you how load shedding happens and how we can avoid it. So I will show you a simple circuit. So a simple circuit is a closed loop of conductor that allows the charge to travel around. So I will add my wires and my bulb. The reason I'm adding wires to every end of an object is because I have said this before, that it is a closed loop, meaning that there must not be gaps in between, or else then we won't get the results we want, right? So I have added a battery to my simple circuit, and then what you will see is that once the circuit is complete with a battery, there is charge moving. The charge is indicated by the blue negative signs. That is the charge moving through the simple circuit. And the light bulb is on, which is indicated by the yellow lines that are shown. So what happens is the battery provides the energy that pushes the charge to move. The push that is provided by the battery is called potential difference. You can see that when I remove the battery, there is no charge. So I have added a switch to my circuit. As you can observe that the switch is open and there's no charge moving. This is because I have explained before that our circuit has to be closed and connected. There mustn't be gaps in between. So right now I'm gonna add a resistor. So I hope you saw how the charge was flowing before I added the resistor. If not, you can go back to the video. So before I explain what a resistor is or what it does, I will show you what it does in a circuit. So now that I've added my resistor, you can observe that the speed of the charge is slowing down, right? Remember, the charge is indicated by the negative blue circles. And now I want to show you what happens when I increase my resistor. Can you see that it is moving slower than before? Very slow now. And then I want to show you what happens when I decrease my resistor. When I decrease my resistor, you can see that it starts to move faster than before, right? So the reason why when there's high resistance, the charge moves slow, and when there's low resistance, the charge moves faster, it's because a resistor is a component that makes it hard for the charge to flow in an electric circuit, right? Yes. I hope you can see. I will do it a couple times so you can observe what happens. So I'm gonna explain how load shedding occurs. So load shedding occurs because there's a high demand of electricity and there's a lower supply. The demand and supply are not meeting. And for example, I want to give you a practical example. So where I come from, Everton West, right? The government built RDP houses for us when they were starting to build at that place, right? An RDP house has a toilet, a kitchen, and a bedroom, not much to it. But when the time goes on, people extend their houses. But the problem with extending our houses is that we're still using the same boxes that are meant for RDP houses. We're still using the same transformers that are meant for RDP houses in our 7-room big houses, right? So when the government was building the houses, he knew that there are this many houses in a certain place, and because of the size of the houses, they made an estimation of the watts we would use, right? For a year, say they thought we were gonna use 100 watts, 100k watts a year. But now times have changed. We have extended our houses and we use way more than that. There's more demand of electricity with low supply. This thing leads to us having our transformers fail us. Many of us have been in situations where the transformer explodes because of the overload, and then we wait for months and months waiting for a new transformer. The second reason is that most people are not buying electricity the legal way. They are buying electricity from not mashonisa, aboma izinyoka. Sorry about that. They are buying electricity from izinyoka, right? That makes Eskom to run at loss. And then many people on top of that have built houses. Like I've said, when the government was building houses before, he knew that in this place there are this many houses, right? And now we have people giving themselves land. We have people giving themselves land and building there and using electricity, overloading our transformers. And also another thing is that we as Black people, we like making rooms inside our yards. If I have an RDP house and I think, how about I use this yard to rent rooms, right? I make 4 more rooms, but I'm still using 1 box for an RDP house, meaning that I'm overloading my transformer, right? So to solve this load shedding problem, the government and Eskom decided that to balance the power grid, they would cut power at a certain place while the other one remains with power. And then they change like that. Next time, this place has power and that place does not have power. This makes it possible for the power grid to be balanced. This act of cutting power in certain places helps or makes it possible for the Eskom to balance the power grid. So right now, there's not much we can do. As much as load shedding is making it difficult for us to do our everyday activities. It's affecting our economy, it's affecting our businesses. The only thing we can do as citizens to intervene is to try to help not overload our transformers or the power grid, right? So I will invite my friends to tell you how we can avoid load shedding as the citizens of South Africa.
The measures we can take as citizens to avoid load shedding. We can switch off the plugs and lights that we are not using at that moment. We can dress warmly when it is cold instead of switching on many heaters. We can lower the temperature of our geyser and only boil water when it is necessary.